University Challenge. Asking the questions, Jeremy Paxman.
Hello, welcome to the final of this year's University Challenge. Around 120 teams applied to take part in this series. We've seen the 28 who qualified compete over 36 matches, attempting 3,080 questions. And now, only the best two remain. Within half an hour, we'll see one of them lift the trophy and earn the right to call themselves series champions. Standing between both teams and the trophy are another 100 or so questions, and with this being the final, they aren't especially easy. In fact, some of them are quite difficult. The team from University College London have arrived here after winning all their matches. The institutions who had the misfortune to come up against them were Exeter University, Jesus College Oxford, New College Oxford, and the team they face tonight, Manchester University, whom they beat in their second quarter-final. No doubt hoping to replicate that victory and take the trophy. Let's meet them for the final time.
Hello, I'm Adam Papaphilippopoulos. I'm from London, and I'm reading for an MA in philosophy.
Hi, I'm Tom Tishik-Smith. I'm from Cambridge and I'm studying medicine.
This is their captain.
Hi, I'm Simon Dennis. I'm also from London and I'm studying the history and philosophy of science.
Hi, I'm Tom Parton. I'm originally from Penkridge in Staffordshire and I'm studying natural sciences.
And hoping a reversal of fortune puts the trophy in their hands, the team from Manchester University have had victories against Lincoln College Oxford, Magdalen College Oxford, Imperial College London and the University of Bangor. Let's meet them for their final appearance.
Hi, I'm David Bryce. I'm from Kingston-upon-Thames in southwest London and I study economics.
Hi, I'm Adam Ball. I'm from Muswell Hill, which is actually in London, and I'm studying physics with astrophysics.
And their captain.
Hi, I'm Richard Gilbert. I'm from Henley and Arden in Warwickshire and I'm studying linguistics.
Hello, I'm Debbie Brown. I'm from Buxton in Derbyshire and I'm studying for a PhD in pain epidemiology.
Well, if you don't know the rules, you shouldn't be here, so let's dispense with the recitation. Fingers on the buzzers. Here's your first starter for 10. Home to 54 cities, which island is described as being in the middle, just 200 miles broad, and having a figure not unlike a crescent in a work of...
UCL Dennis.
Hokkaido.
No, you lose 5 points. A figure not unlike a crescent in a work of 1516 by Thomas More.
Manchester Gilbert.
Britain?
No, it's Utopia. 10 points for this starter question. 1, you cannot win. 2, you cannot break even. 3, you can...
Manchester Bryce.
Laws of thermodynamics.
Correct. Right, your bonuses are on Charles Dickens's opinions of tourist attractions in Rome. In each case, name the attraction as described by Dickens. Firstly, it had looked as yellow as it ought to look, and hurrying on between its worn-away and miry banks had a promising aspect of desolation and ruin.
The Tiber River because of the banks. River Tiber?
Correct. Its solitude, its awful beauty and its utter desolation strike upon the stranger the next moment, like a softened sorrow, to see it crumbling there, an inch a year, to climb into its upper halls and look down on ruin, ruin, ruin.
Colosseum, maybe, the height thing, Colosseum. The Colosseum?
Correct. It's not religiously impressive or affecting. It is an immense edifice with no one point for the mind to rest upon, and it tires itself with wandering round and round.
The Pantheon? The Pantheon or something? Yeah. Okay. The Pantheon?
No, it's St. Peter's, the Basilica. 10 points for this. Listen carefully, answer as soon as you buzz. Add together the number of letters in the surnames of the Prime Minister who came to office after the 1945 general election and his two successors. What prime number results?
UCL Parton.
17.
Anyone like to buzz from Manchester?
Manchester Bryce.
19.
19 is correct, yes. Your bonuses are on cycling. Quote, the man who's learning how to ride a bicycle has no advantage over the non-cyclist in the struggle for existence. Which playwright made this assertion in Back to Methuselah?
I don't know. We don't know. Sorry.
It was George Bernard Shaw. In the 1927 work, An Outline of Philosophy, which English philosopher compared the acquisition of speech to learning to ride a bicycle?
What year was it?
1927.
Russell, maybe? Yeah. Okay. Bertrand Russell?
Correct. Commenting on a bicycle crash that happened when Shaw collided with Russell in 1895, the latter later suggested that he thought Shaw regarded the incident as proof of the virtues of which dietary practice?
Vegetarianism.
Yes, that's right.
Vegetarianism.
Correct. 10 points for this. One rises on Dartmoor, another in the Cairngorms. A third flows into the Firth of Forth at Grangemouth, while a fourth passes near Salisbury Cathedral. Two more join the Severn near Bristol and at Tewkesbury. What name do they all share?
Manchester Brown.
Why?
Nope. One of you buzzed from University College London?
UCL Papa Philippopolis.
Avon.
Avon is correct, yes. Right, your first set of bonuses are on geology, University College London. What name is given to the assumption that natural processes and laws currently operating have always operated in the same way in the past and are valid everywhere?
Uniformitarianism.
Correct. Born 1726, which Scottish geologist identified sites such as Sicker Point in Berwickshire as unconformities, which provided proof of the uniformitarian theory of geological change? His work was later popularised by Charles Lyell. Come on.
Sorry, I can't
It's
think.
James Hutton. What term is used for the contrasting idea that geological change on Earth has been driven by sudden, large-scale, violent occurrences?
Catastrophism.
Correct. Let's have a look at a picture starter now. You're going to see a word cloud showing some of the most frequently occurring words in the works of an English poet. 10 points if you can identify the poet.
Manchester Bryce.
Milton.
Milton is correct, yes. Manchester, your picture bonuses are 3 more word clouds showing some of the most frequently occurring words across the works of major poets. 5 points for each poet you can identify. Firstly,
Dylan Thomas.
Church, feet, light. Sweeney. Sweeney. Eliot, maybe. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sweeney. In the T.S. Eliot plays. T.S. Eliot?
correct. Secondly,
Looking at some of these, I think it's quite old. So I'd say someone that's back in the day, like Dunn, something like that. The spelling's too variable. So
let's have an answer.
John Donne.
No, it's Alexander Pope. And finally,
Prison, maybe something like Wild. No. Great, wondering how else can
It's not, I'm thinking of prison. It's not. It doesn't make me someone who's in prison.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe Wild, but
What do you think? Maybe Wordsworth?
maybe Wordsworth. Then. Okay.
let's have one. please.
Wordsworth.
No, it was Oscar Wilde. 10 points for this. Listen carefully. When read aloud, the 3 words meaning island whose capital is Douglas, units of...
UCL Tushchuk Smith.
Man. But
I'm afraid you lose 5 points. Units of digital information and common name of Canis lupus familiaris form what improbable 3-word headline, which is a well-known journalistic
Manchester
aphorism?
Bar.
Man bit dog.
Or
Bites dog.
Man bites dog, yes. Right, your bonuses this time are on a spice, Manchester, associated particularly with Northern and Eastern Europe. Which biennial herb bears fragrant seeds often added to sauerkraut and rye bread? They're used as the main flavouring in spirits such as aquavit and kummel.
They're not capers, Alex. Capers are buds.
No, it's a leaf he's after, isn't it? So
Seeds.
seeds.
Rye bread.
what flavour is aquavit? Aniseed.
Do you reckon aniseed?
Go with it.
Aniseed.
No, it's caraway. Caraway belongs to the Apiaceae family. This family is usually known by the name of which common herb used in salads, stuffings and bouquet garnis?
Sage.
No, it's parsley. Caraway is traditionally noted for its carminative properties, meaning that it may relieve or prevent what condition, often associated with the consumption of pulses or cruciferous vegetables?
Flatulence.
Flatulence, do you reckon?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Flatulence.
Correct. Right, 10 points for this. Listen carefully. Given a proposition P of n concerning positive integers n, if P of 1 is true, and whenever P of k is true, P of k plus 1 is also true, then P...
UCL Parton.
Proof by induction.
Indeed, it is induction, yes. Your bonuses, UCL, this time are on British Prime Ministers. What was the surname of the father and son who served as Prime Minister from 1763 to 65 and from 1806 to 07, the latter succeeding William Pitt the Younger?
No.
It's Grenville. Secondly, which Duke succeeded Lord William Grenville as Prime Minister in 1807? His name is linked to a fine example of Roman cameo glass now in the British Museum.
Newcastle?
Possibly, yeah.
Newcastle?
No, it's Portland, the Duke of Portland. Who succeeded the Duke of Portland as Prime Minister in 1809? His surname is associated with a figure in Arthurian romance.
No. No, sorry.
That was Spencer Perceval. 10 points for this. Formerly subject to the Qing Empire when its name was preceded by the word outer, which modern Asian state...
UCL Parton.
Mongolia.
Mongolia is correct. These bonuses are on literature and alcohol. Alcohol is seldom far from the reach of his characters, and its influence was clearly some kind of demon in his life. Proposing whiskey fictions as a subcategory of his work, these words of Christopher Hitchens refer to which British novelist born in 1904?
Is it going to be? It's not going to be all.
No, I think it's the same thing. I can't.
Come on.
Kingsley Amis?
No, it's Graham Greene. Is this my milieu where I must, how Graham Greenish, how infra dig, snatch from the bottle in my bag an analeptic swig? These lines are from On the Circuit, a 1963 work by which English poet?
Larkin?
No, it's W.H. Auden. According to UrbanDictionary.com, the name of which US novelist and Nobel laureate may be used verbally to mean writing a paper under the influence of alcohol?
Hemingway?
Correct, yes. It's got to be done by tomorrow. I'm going to have to Hemingway it. So, we're going to take a music round now. For your music starter, you're going to hear a piece of classical music. 10 points if you can give me the name of the composer.
UCL Parton.
Smetana.
It is Smetana, yes, it's from Mabast. Mabast was a set of symphonic poems inspired by the landscapes and legends of his native Bohemia. Your music bonuses are 3 more examples of nationalism in classical music. This time, in each case, I want you to tell me the native country of each composer which inspired the piece. Firstly, for 5.
Norway.
Correct, Grieg. Secondly, let's have it, please.
Sweden, is he originally?
Sweden.
No, that's from Sibelius's Finlandia. And finally,
Poland.
Poland, Chopin, yes. 10 points for this. Born 1905, which Dutch-American scientist gives his name to the region of the solar system that stretches from the...
Manchester Bryce.
Kuiper.
Kuiper is correct, yes. Right, your bonuses this time, Manchester, are on two-word terms that sound like a combination of an educational institution and a common surname. And so, if they were starter questions, could just possibly be answered by Roger Tilling, our voiceover man, alone. For example, Newcastle, brown, or Lincoln, green. Got the idea? OK, associated with jewellery, an alloy in which element number 47 makes up at least 92.5% of the content.
Sterling silver.
Okay. Sterling silver.
Correct. Secondly, the European Cup winners in 1979 and 1980.
80, so Nottingham and
Forest?
Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest.
Correct. And finally, a manufacturer of luxury sports cars, especially associated with the 1964 film Goldfinger.
Aston Martin. Aston Martin.
Yes. Right, to start a question. What noun links the common name of the marine fish Nocratis ductor, the juveniles of which swim alongside boats or larger fish such as sharks, and the common name of...
UCL Tishchuk Smith.
Pilot.
Correct. These bonuses are on non-Euclidean geometry. Name the non-Euclidean geometry in which the parallel postulate is replaced by the axiom that any line has at least two parallels through a given point.
Spherical.
Spherical?
No, it's hyperbolic. Name the non-Euclidean geometry in which every line has no parallels through a given point and in which the sum of the internal angles of every triangle exceeds 180 degrees.
Okay, spherical?
That is spherical or elliptical, yes. And finally, I have a Euclidean earthly mind, and how could I solve problems that are not of this world? These words appear in which work of 1880 by Dostoevsky, his final novel?
I think that's The Brothers.
The Brothers Karamazov?
Correct. Right, another starter question. Consisting of a structure of fibroin surrounded by a matrix of sericin, what protein fibre is produced by the larva of the insect that...
Manchester Brown.
Silk.
Silk is correct, yes. Your bonuses, Manchester, are on operas and their eponymous heroines. In each case, name the opera from the description. Firstly, an opera by Dvorak, whose heroine is a water nymph. She falls in love with a prince and wishes to become human, but on doing so, loses the object of her affections to a foreign princess.
Well, we could say Little Mermaid is a joke answer.
Was it the heroine we had? Yeah, Ariel then. Yeah.
Come on.
Ariel?
No, it's Rusalka, an opera by Mark Anthony Turnage next that premiered in 2011. It features sex, drug abuse and extreme language and is based on the doomed life of a Playboy model.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
No, it's not. It's Anna Nicole Smith.
Oh,
Anna Nicole Smith.
No, it's just called Anna Nicole. I don't think I can accept that. I needed the title of it. Finally, based on a play by Oscar Wilde, an opera by Richard Strauss that features violent deaths, an erotic dance of the seven veils, and a heroine with necrophiliac tendencies.
Salome.
Salome is correct. Right, 10 points for this starter question. Born 1931, with which Soviet leader are the terms glasnost, meaning open...
Manchester Gilbert.
Gorbachev.
Gorbachev is correct. Next time you buzz, please answer immediately. Right, your bonuses are on US state capitals. Portland is the largest city of which state and was its capital from 1820, the year of statehood, until 1832?
1820, so we're looking...
It's going to be
Portland in... Well, it's clearly on the coast.
I can only think about it then.
1820.
Washington?
No, it's too early. I reckon about...
Come on, let's have it, please.
Maine, maybe something like that.
Yeah, try Maine.
Maine.
Maine is correct. Now reduced to a population of under 50 as a result of flooding of the Mississippi. Kaskaskia was the capital of which territory when it achieved statehood in 1818 and for a short time afterwards?
Louisiana Territory? Yeah. The Louisiana Territory?
No, it's Illinois. And Savannah was the capital of which of the 13 colonies and was its state capital until 1786?
Carolina. Georgia, yes, yeah. Georgia.
Georgia is right. 10 points for this. Listen carefully. Answer as soon as your name is called. A state lottery draws 3 numbered balls from a selection of 5. What is the probability of guessing all 3 winning numbers?
Manchester Bar.
1 in 10.
Correct. Right, these bonuses are on chemistry, Manchester. What name is given to the class of hydrocarbons containing ring-like structures of carbon molecules with an alternating single and double bonds?
Aromatic carbons?
Yeah, aromatic, yes.
Aromatic.
Correct. Which functional group consists of a cyclic ring of carbon atoms with the chemical formula C6H5?
Benzyl, isn't it?
Benzyl.
Benzyl, yes.
Benzyl.
No, it's phenyl. And finally, what broad term is used to denote all non-aromatic hydrocarbons?
Aliphatic.
Aliphatic?
Aliphatic.
Aliphatic is correct, yes. We're going to take a second picture round now. For your picture starter, you're going to see a photograph of a prominent writer. I want you to name him.
UCL Papa Philippopolis.
Hermann Hesse.
No one of you may buzz from Manchester.
Manchester Gilbert.
Is it Kipling?
It is Rudyard Kipling, yes. For your picture bonuses, you're going to see 3 illustrations by Kipling himself, which he produced to accompany the first edition of his Just So stories in 1902. In each case, I want you to give me the precise name of the story depicted. Firstly,
How the elephant got its nose. Yes, how the elephant got its nose.
Yes.
How the elephant got its nose.
that's what it's customarily referred to, but the proper name which I wanted was The Elephant's Child, so I can't give you the points there. Secondly,
It's how the whale's got its throat is what it's called normally. How the, but we want the title, so I'm not sure what its title is called. The whale's throat, maybe.
Do your best, I don't know either.
The whale's throat. No.
it's How the Whale Got His Throat. And finally,
I can't remember. How the leopard got its spots, maybe. Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah.
How the leopard got its spots.
no, it's The Cat That Walked By Itself, about the domestication of animals. 10 points for this. Which month of the year does Shakespeare describe as well apparelled in Romeo and Juliet and of uncertain glory in The Two Gentlemen of Verona? In As You Like It?
Manchester Bryce.
May.
No, you lose 5 points. In As You Like It, he compares it to Men When They Woo.
UCL Papa Philippopolis.
March.
No, it's April. 10 points for this. A contender for the unhyphenated word with the most occurrences of the letter B. What term indicates a frivolous, flighty, or excessively talkative?
Manchester Brown.
Flibberty gibbet.
Yes. Right, your bonuses this time are on classical terms and their anagrams. In each case, give both words from the explanation or definition. Firstly, relating to a Greek philosopher who died in 399 BC, and a composition in which, for example, the initial letters in each line together form a word.
Socratic and acrostic.
Okay, Socratic and acrostic. Yeah.
Socratic and acrostic.
Correct. The intricate knot that Alexander the Great cut through with a sword, and loving and respecting to the point of worship.
Gordian.
Gordian and adoring.
Correct. The cognomen of the Latin prose author Petronius, and a dish of toasted cheese often associated with Wales.
Rarebit and rarebit and. Can you make an
Let's have it, please.
Rarebit and Tribare.
No, it's arbiter. About 3¼ minutes to go, 10 points for this. The 4-letter surname of which US novelist begins the name of a Latvian-born exponent of colour-field painting?
UCL Papa Philippopolis.
Roth.
Roth is correct. Your bonuses this time are on an author. Accompanied by the documentary series The Secret Rulers of the World, Them, Adventures with Extremists, is a 2001 book by which journalist?
John Ronson.
Correct. Adapted into a 2009 film starring George Clooney, which book by Ronson looked
The Many
into the...
Ferret Goats.
Yes, and finally, which 2011 work examines the role of mental illness in our lives and recounts how Ronson mastered the hair
psychopath test.
Correct. 10 points for this starter question. In pharmacology, for what do the letters MLD stand when indicating that measure of toxicity defined as the dose required to kill half...
Manchester Bar.
Mean lethal dose?
No, you lose 5 points, as the dose required to kill half the members of a sample population in a given time.
UCL Tushchuk Smith.
Minimum lethal dose.
It's median lethal dose. 10 points for this. Which cavities in the human head are blood-filled and called venous when found between...
UCL Tushchuk Smith.
Sinuses.
Sinuses is correct. These are your bonuses. They're on the solar system. Which planet of the solar system has the shortest rotational period of 9 hours, 55 minutes?
Mercury.
No, it's Jupiter. Which planet's orbital period is closest to the average human life expectancy in the developed world?
Uranus.
Correct. Which planet orbits the Sun roughly 1,000 times during one complete orbit of Pluto? Quickly.
Mercury.
Mercury's right. 10 points for this. To give an idea of relative land area, the CIA World Fact Book points out that the United Kingdom is slightly smaller than which state of the western United States?
UCL Parton.
Texas?
No. Manchester, one of you, Buzz?
Manchester Bryce.
Oregon.
Oregon is correct. Your bonuses are on place names in Turkish, Manchester. In Turkish, Bulgaria is Bulgaristan and Armenia is Ermenistan. Which of Turkey's neighbours is known as Yunanistan? Come on, let's have it, please.
Only Greeks and Iraq. You go for Iraq. Iraq.
No, it's Greece. Which European country is known in Turkish as Karadağ, meaning Black Mountain?
Montenegro? Oh, yeah, Montenegro. Montenegro.
Correct. Majaristan is the Turkish name of which EU member state?
Hungary.
Hungary is correct. 10 points for this. In organic chemistry, how many carbon atoms are there in a benzene ring?
UCL Parton.
6.
6 is right. Here are your bonuses. They're on sea areas in the shipping forecast. In each case, name the area whose name corresponds to the following. Firstly, a creature that trapped and threatened Frodo and his companions on the Barrow Downs in the Fellowship of the Ring.
White.
Correct. The English photographer who observed that women love scallywags, but some marry them and then try to make them wear a blazer.
Bailey.
Correct. 2 unmanned space probes sent to Mars by NASA in the 1970s. Well, at the gong, University College London have 140 and Manchester University have 190. Well, bad luck, UCL. You at least had the consolation of having beaten them earlier in the series, I suppose, but it was a great performance from both of you. Thank you very much. Now, to present the trophy to our winning team is one of our most distinguished scientists, an honorary professor at Imperial College London and Leicester University. He's also the Master of Trinity College, Cambridge. As a cosmologist and astrophysicist, he holds a post formerly held by John Flamsteed and Edmund Halley. Please welcome the Astronomer Royal, Professor Martin Rees. Thank you for coming. Well, now, what do you think we learn from a display like that?
Well, what's great, I think, is that even though all this stuff is on the internet, it's actually in people's heads still, and also they're able to retrieve it, because, of course, part of the game is being able to press the buzzer while you're still thinking. And I thought we saw great success in doing both those things.
Terrific match, wasn't it?
Absolutely great, yeah. The amazing range is tremendous.
Good. Well, can I ask you, please, to present the trophy, then, to the winning team from Manchester University?
Right.
Right. Congratulations. Right. Right. Congratulations. Right. Congratulations. Right. Congratulations. Now, you get the... Yeah. Right. Right.
So it only remains for me to thank Professor Rees, to thank all our teams who've entertained us over the past several months, and a big thank you to all of you for watching. Good night.